Welcome back to Flight Check. It's season 1, episode 21. And a little thing happened this past weekend. Some big action, some reverse sweeps, a lot of cool playoff stuff. That's right. I'm talking about Academy playoffs. LCS championship. Who really cares? FlyQuest is out. We don't care about that. The only thing that matters right now is the Academy team.
I didn't
And
even
you know
realize
what?
LCS played playoffs.
Yeah, LCS does playoffs. We go to Worlds.
What?
I don't.
Worlds? No,
I
Academy Worlds, though. That's what we're talking about.
Academy Worlds. Now that is what we are here to discuss, folks. Academy Worlds, the biggest showcase for North American talent, proving grounds. FlyQuest is already in, but now they are trying to secure a number 1 or number 2 seed. Very important in this double elimination bracket. But before we get going, I gotta introduce myself. I'm Sandy Toes, and to my left and my extra left are Noxwar and Curly Double Q. Gentlemen, after a great weekend of both LCS playoffs and Academy playoffs, and with an insane lineup of matches this upcoming week, how are we feeling?
Well, I'm feeling like for the one that doesn't matter that much, just get it out of the way. LCS. Anyone that didn't expect TL to win, it's kind of silly. It's like, why wouldn't they win? Of course they're gonna win. But
Right. Yeah,
in
absolutely.
EG, also obvious. If I'm being honest, I think they might be our first, potentially in our representative party for this little thing called Worlds. Potentially. I could definitely see that happening.
Spicy.
I see we're cracking the oven already.
Yeah, we're barely 2 minutes into the show, and Curly's already he's already testing the the preheat settings on his oven. So
absolutely trying to burn my apartment down every week.
For sure. Nox, how about you? How were the matches for you? Feeling good? Feeling strange? I know you've been running these pick'ems, by the way. So
I really thought Cloud9 would put up more of a fight than that.
Yeah.
Granted, I mean, I'm sitting here with hindsight's 2020, right? I predicted Cloud9 to win.
Yeah,
but I legitimately thought Cloud9 would do better than that.
Right.
So seeing the 3-1, and it's not like Cloud9 played like bad, but they just TL was on a whole other level. TL came out swinging, and so it was like, okay,
Jensen.
Yeah,
Jensen's.
Let's rewind 1 week ago. I don't have the clip available.
There is a clip out there.
There is a clip, though.
There is a clip.
There is a clip. Curly, what are the odds we can get this clip pulled up and played on stream right now?
Give me a minute.
All right, I'm going to stall for time. So, folks, just to give you a little bit of context, as we were discussing the potential playoff matchups that were coming up this weekend, and TL and Cloud9, as we were talking, Noxwar gave a very scathing review of Jensen's play from the last split. And Curly, I don't know if you've got this clip ready to go, but can we go live to a week ago tonight, where Nox dropped his scathing commentary on Jensen's play?
Oh, you betcha. You bet your sweet booty we can.
Oh, you betcha.
Let's just
all right, you Northerners,
move it over us. And here we go from last week.
I think it's going to be a close 5-game series. I think TL is going to make him work for it. I do, however, think that Cloud9 is going to edge it out, though.
Fair. Curly, give me your TLC9 predict.
Also, Jensen sucks.
Ooh.
Damn.
Also, Jensen sucks.
I can say it now, but I think.
What a man.
Wow. Also, Jensen sucks. And Nox, can you remind me what the series score was for TLC9, if you would, please?
3-1 for TL.
3-1. Wow. I think Jensen was watching the show last week, and I think you got him mad. So playoff Jensen buff.
So what I'm hearing is I need to be getting a bunch of thank yous from Team Liquid fans for
Yes.
saving their team. Is all I'm hearing.
Truly, you reverse psychology Jensen into playing better. I think that's the takeaway here.
So you're welcome, Team Liquid. By all means, hire me. I will continue to slander
Lame
all
buff.
of your players.
For sure. I have two more things to say. One is a quick bone to pick. I've got to call out Curly here. This man does not believe in using dark mode on Twitter, and that's a serious offense. I want you all to know that here at Flight Check, we take great pride in using dark mode on Twitter. We think it's better for your eyesight and just better for your overall health. So Curly's views on light mode versus dark mode do not represent Flight Check in general or as a whole.
Twitter just looks better the way it was created. That's all I'm saying.
A Ricebox says, ironic since the stream has a white overlay. Yes, ironic, isn't it? How convenient that...
Yo! Okay, so Curly, little idea. We should do a glitched Flight Check, like the jersey that you're wearing right now. Just saying, putting it out there.
That'd be hot.
Let me get our video done first, and then...
No rush on it right now. But I'm just saying.
Did you say our hype video
No.
for the FlyQuest Academy team? Oh.
And here I thought I was going to be the one leaking it. Damn.
Oh.
Sandy has his birthday today. He's like, no, I'm taking shots at you. I'm taking shots at you. I'm dropping little tidbits here and there. Surprise. It's all me.
In case you didn't know, it is Sandy's birthday.
Oh, no. Yeah, it's my birthday and I can do whatever I want. You can't touch me. So...
I can mute you. I have that power.
Oh, that's fair. He can mute me, actually. Well, if you've never seen the show before, this is Flight Check. We are a FlyQuest fan podcast. We do this every Monday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are not professional League of Legends analysts or players. However, we have opinions and we like sharing them with the broader community. So if you enjoy talking about FlyQuest or League of Legends in general, be sure to hit that follow button and check us out. If you need to miss some of the episode, we are on all of your favorite podcast audio platforms: Google Podcasts, Anchor, Spotify, the whole 9 yards. You can check us out there. You can follow the show on Twitter. Right now I'm tweeting at FlightCheck Crew, mostly sad memes about our ex-players from the World's 2020 roster doing well in current playoffs. So, you know, it is what it is. But let's get into the show tonight. So we're going to start off with a little bit of a recap of the LCS weekend. So let's start with the first matchup, which was EG versus Dignitas. This matchup went pretty much exactly how most people expected it to go. Nox, I know you're running pick'ems right now. Do you have the stats on how many people predicted an EG 3-1? I felt like it was a lot of people.
It was definitely.
It was just over 2/3. I don't have the exact number on me, but it was just over 2/3, and we had over exactly 69 people playing. So you can do the math on that.
Nice. That's very nice. Yeah. Ricebox saying I expected a 3-0. I did too. I had EG 3-0ing Dignitas here. I was kind of surprised, but not too surprised that EG kind of lost one somewhere in there. Curly, how did you feel about that?
Well, like I told you last week, Dignitas was looking very average last week, and when they're looking very average, they can at least take one game in a series.
I think that's fair. Nox, did you have any particular thoughts standing out to you about this series?
Not really. I figured at some point, granted, if you go back and you look through the receipts, you'll see me saying EG would probably drop a game due to like Jizuke inting or something down the line. It wasn't even that. Dignitas just had a solid game too, and that was about it. But then EG was like, all right, no. You ain't getting no more. And they cleaned up the series pretty easily from there on, which was to be expected. So honestly, that series outside of the way EG lost was not how I expected. Like, that was the only thing that was unpredictable for me.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think we can move on from there, EG going up
not
against.
much to talk about.
I mean, what is there to talk about with this series?
There's not
I mean, let's
much.
be honest. We're a realistic, honest podcast here. There's not much to talk about with this series. Now, here's the spicy one. Cloud9 Team Liquid. I think many people had Cloud9 as the favorites in this series. Team Liquid had not looked too hot coming out of their final summer split. They had, in fact, lost all 3 summer split games to Cloud9. People felt like Santorin needed some more time ramping up after coming back from his medical issues. And I think the way that TL stomped, in my opinion, was shocking to many, many people. This was a really surprising series for me. Knox, just starting with you. I mean, I feel like TL is looking good. I mean, if they play like this, looking like maybe a new favorite coming out into the next week.
Yeah, no, totally. TL came out swinging. They look like a whole nother beast with Santorin finally back in the jungle role, playing for the main team and getting everything going and kind of getting that synergy going with Alfari again a little bit as well. Because Alfari looked good going into Fudge as well, right? So, at the end of the day, though, going off of track record as well, like both from Cloud9 side and Team Liquid side, this series was extremely shocking. I mean, in case for people just now tuning in, and obviously I'm sorry for audio listeners, I'm repeating it again, but I predicted a 3-2 for Cloud9. And the logic behind it for me was typically in past, Perks has shown that he has a bit of didn't show up this time. On top of the fact that you have the record from Team Liquid going 0-3 against Cloud9 in the regular season. Cloud9 had just beaten Team Liquid literally the week prior, being one of those games. And just in general, I thought, I mean, we can acknowledge my little bias against Jensen. I think Jensen's still not that great. I'm still waiting for him to come back down. But for the time being, I will concede my point on that one. There was a bunch of stuff that was just stacked against Team Liquid. I didn't think they were going to be able to pull it off. I thought with Santorin coming in, they put up a decent fight. But I didn't think there was enough time for the team to get their synergy together and figure it out. And they obviously very much proved me wrong.
See, what you got to think about, though, is even though they didn't do as well against C9 during the summer, this last round robin, they were kind of stomping. So they've shown that they were like really ready to get together as a team, especially with the last weekend where they had Santorin under their belt. They went 2-1. And I think they've got a real good read on patch 11. I think it's 11.15 is the playoff patch, right? So, with all of that to consider, I was not the slightest bit surprised when TL won yesterday. I just, like I said earlier, thought that C9 would put up a bit more of a fight, especially because I do view them as more equal teams. But after the stomp yesterday, I think I might view TL a little more favorably.
Yeah, I think the thing that was revealing for me was an interview. Maybe it was game 2 or game 3 that LaTigris did with Cold right as the game was starting, where she basically asked him, what is this new aggressive style that we're seeing from TL? For folks that didn't watch all the series, TL won all 3 of their games sub 30 minutes. Very, very fast. I think it was like 29 minutes, 28 minutes, and the final one was maybe like 26 or 27. And that is not your typical Team Liquid playstyle, right? We've seen them go for a much more controlled playstyle, relying on their superior laning to get ahead, and then waiting for their opponents to make mistakes. And this was something that Peter Dunn talked about, the coach for Evil Geniuses, talked about in an interview with Travis Gafford, how he was seeing these playoffs as a battle for the soul of the LCS. And TL was one of these teams that played that, more passive, win through, cashing in on mistakes style. And so this was a completely different look for them that I was actually really excited to see. And then the interview with Cold, as I was saying, was funny to me because he was basically like, "Yeah, we watched games where Cloud9 lost. We looked at why they lost, and we were like, okay, we'll just play that way." Which, you know, it works. It's like, if you know that your opponents lose when they get outplayed in the early game, then just outplay them in the early game, and that's exactly what they did. Cloud9 was almost never in control. Even the game that Cloud9 won was back and forth and was very close.
That was a 42-minute game, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was shocking to me how much control Team Liquid displayed throughout the entire series. And like I was saying, going into next week, if you are able to read an opponent that hard, and play a completely different style from what we're used to seeing from you, that bodes very well for playoffs and maybe even Worlds if they get that far. So speaking of next week in playoffs, if there's anything else on this series that we want to talk about, or we can move forward to a quick look ahead towards all four, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4 matchups that we have this weekend.
On top of Academy playoffs happening this week, on top of all the Proving Ground qualifiers happening even right now.
Yeah, even right now.
This is a crazy week for League of Legends in North America.
Oh, absolutely. All right, so moving on, let's start with the losers bracket matchups. The Snooze Fest one is the Immortals Dignitas one. I am not excited to watch this series. I'm sorry. There's nothing about this series that is exciting to me. It's like it's two teams that will likely just get beaten by the team they play next. Whoever wins. That's really all it is to me. I mean, Nox, do you have any counterpoint to that? Is there anything we should be watching for in this series?
I mean, if you're thinking about it in the sense of like how far are these teams going to go, yeah, this series sucks. However, if you're trying to get some enjoyment out of the series, think about it this way. Who do you think is going to win this series? Because I guarantee you, most people truly don't know. This is a hard series to decide.
I have no clue. I have to predict this series for pick'ems. I have no clue who wins this series. It's really, Immortals?
Yeah, no doubt, no cap.
Hold on, I'm gonna pull up the Google form real quick.
No cap.
I put down Immortals. Yeah, no, I put down Immortals.
Wow.
Yeah,
I'm gonna look at the Google form real quick. I want to see the percentage breakdown.
I don't know. I felt like
Dig doesn't stand a chance.
Well, the one game that Dignitas did win against EG, they actually looked good.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just don't think.
And in the one game they take against Immortals, it looked good.
Yeah, Ricebox in the chat saying uncharacteristic for me, but I really think Dig will win it all. This is the person, folks,
that votes against Dig.
Who are you, Rice?
Who predicted Dig 03 every single week in pick'ems. Never predicted Dig to win a game, and now here we are in playoffs, and Ricebox thinks that Dignitas will actually win the playoff series. The irony is too much, folks.
The irony is there.
I was going to say, do you guys want the stats breakdown?
Let's get it.
And granted, like, there's still responses coming in. We still have a couple days before I shut down the pick'ems. But so out of the 40 responses that we have so far, the biggest so far is Immortals 3-1 over Dignitas.
Mm-hmm.
The second biggest, though, with just, 34% of people predicted Immortals to win 3-1. 28% predict Dignitas to win 3-1.
I think I'm there.
And then 15.8% of people predict Dignitas to win 3-2. And then 18% of people predict Immortals to win 3-2. So it's actually very divisive.
3-0s. Very few 3-0s.
There's only one 3-0 predicted, and it's Immortal. There's only one person who's predicted it so far. There's one person who predicted Immortals to win 3-0. There's none for Dig.
Is it Hooli's RNG?
Let me see, actually. Hold on. I don't think Hooli's put in yet.
Oh, okay. But no,
I think this.
No, it is a legitimate pick. Hooli is not put in yet.
Oh.
This series is. Well, we'll get into this, but this is the Thursday night series, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's the series that will play right before FlyQuest Academy has their matchup. So the problem I'm concerned with here is that I am going to fall asleep watching this series before
will.
FlyQuest Academy plays because there's just nothing in it for me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to any Immortals or Dignitas fans out there. It's just like, why? All right. Do we want to get some quick predictions? Curly, you already submitted yours, correct?
Yeah, 3-1. Immortals.
3-1 Immortals. Knox, where were you heading on this one?
Hold on, let me double check what I put in. I want to make sure because
yes.
I'm like this is a matchup that I'm actually genuinely like not sure of. So I'm like because I already submitted, I want to stand by what I submitted.
That's fair. Well, while you're looking that up, I am going to say Dig 3-2. I think
you're looking forward to some silver scrapes.
This series will go. Unfortunately, it will go the distance. Even though that's exactly what I do not want to happen. Please, anything but a 5-game set. Except I'm literally predicting it. Knox, you got your.
So I actually also went with Dig, but I said 3-1.
Ah, yes.
So I'm in that 28% crowd.
I want each of you to vend me $5 when Immortals win.
Knox is
$5. Woo!
$5. Ooh. We'll
like, put it on my birthday check.
You guys are real adults. Stop.
We'll discuss that off stream. We'll discuss that off stream. Okay. Next Immortals Dig.
Next
let's go Golden Guardians Cloud9.
Mm-hmm.
This is actually kind of hype. We've got the new Golden Guardians, the revamped, revised, revitalized Golden Guardians, versus a Cloud9 that kind of looked like trash, or got at least trashed by Team Liquid. However, I still think this should be a Cloud9 victory in the long run. Curly, any dissent there? Do you think?
No, I'm certainly there to agree with you. This is going to be C9's game. I would love to see a world where it's GG. Like 3-1, 3-0 would be spicy. But actually,
it'd be turbo spicy.
Oh, I'm thinking back to like when Fnatic got knocked out by Schalke in the spring, and I'm kind of, I don't know. Maybe it could happen here.
You can't equate LEC and LCS. They're two. It's like apples and oranges.
It's not that, but it's showing that this can happen. Like this, a team that's supposed to perform historically well gets knocked out by someone who like doesn't historically perform well. But I know I picked C9 3-1, and so I'm gonna stick with that. But I would love to be wrong about this match because number one, a world where like C9 is just out of playoffs, pretty spicy. Nothing against the org or the players. It's just creates more interesting narratives and more opportunities for someone outside of the big three to carry the torch of the LCS to China.
Agreed. Knox, how about you?
Yeah, I don't have anything to say against you guys. I'm completely on the same boat of you as you, and in fact, I even predicted Cloud9 to win this 3-0. Would I love to see Golden Guardians win this? So absolutely,
yes.
There's so many narratives here that I would love to actually see happen because you have Licorice on this Golden Guardians team, who if he beats his old team and makes it further to them in summer. Oh my God! Could you imagine how juicy that is? Like, as much as I would have loved for FlyQuest to have him and do that, like, I'll take Licorice being able to do it on Golden Guardians.
Imagine I would love the journey that. He would have to go through for that. It's like he's like, hey, C9, am I ready for the next season? And C9's like, yeah, you're on FlyQuest now. Then he's like, yo, sorry, FlyQuest, I'm just not feeling it. I gotta go GG, and it works out for him. It might continue that narrative of the best breakup ever, except we're not in playoffs.
So I'm gonna go with I'm also going Cloud9 here. I think that's pretty fair and obvious, but I actually think it'll be a 3-1, but I think it'll be a very close 3-1. I actually think Golden Guardians has looked good against Cloud9. Ricebox reminded me that, even the Golden Guardians even beat C9 once earlier this year. And I think GG has been looking better. And C9 really concerned me with their play this past weekend. So I think it'll actually be a fairly close 3-1. Cloud9 will not do anything to inspire confidence in in their fans with their play this series. That's how I'm feeling there. All right.
Now for the big games.
The big games, the real toughies.
The spiciest games of the weekend.
Yes.
Academy.
Saturday. Oh, not yet. We're almost there.
Not yet.
Almost there.
Sorry.
Saturday, 100 Thieves versus Evil Geniuses. And reminder that this series and the TSM-TL series will determine our first 2 qualifiers for Worlds. That's crazy. Two of these 4 teams qualify for Worlds this weekend, which is nuts. So, gentlemen, 100 Thieves, EG. I know we've got some 100 Thieves fans in the chat, per usual. And we've got some loose affiliation with 100 Talk Pod, so let's be very careful with our predictions here. How are we feeling about this series?
I think I'm really hoping, really hoping that 100 Thieves play like they were playing at the beginning of the split. And all that. I want them to turn back online because, number one, when they were playing well, it's just good gameplay to watch. And if you take EG now and 100 Thieves at the beginning of the split and you throw those 2 against each other, holy shit, the gameplay, man. Yeah. That's going to be some spicy games. There's definitely going to be some silver scrapes. And I'm hoping, I am predicting 100 Thieves win this. I don't know if I have a 3-2 or a 3-1. It's definitely not going to be a 3-0 on either end, but if 100T turn on, they're definitely, I think they can beat EG.
Yeah, Knox, how are you feeling?
I'm going to need all 100 Talk Potters to leave the chat right now.
Yeah, and leave the chat for my take as well.
I'm picking EG to win this 3-1. I'm sorry, guys. Because here's the thing: 100 Thieves is my second favorite team. I love 100 Thieves. They're a great team.
You're our side chicks.
Inside jokes. Anyway, I really hope 100 Thieves win this series, but EG has shown through this past weekend that I feel like they kind of understand how to play, what they need to do. They're looking a lot more consistent. 100 Thieves, I mean, Cole said it himself on the 100 Talk Pod. They were rebuilding the panic button. They're nervous. They're scared, and I think they have every right to be. Obviously, I'm hoping I get proved wrong here, and I'll happily take the loss on it, but I'm not feeling confident going into the series for 100 Thieves right now. I honestly think EG is going to be the one to take it. Hopefully what ends up happening is if 100 Thieves loses, they end up making a loser bracket run, because I think they can absolutely do a loser bracket run.
No cap.
Yeah, I feel very similarly, Knox. I have EG taking this 3-2. I think it'll be close, but I just feel like 100 Thieves did not give me a lot of confidence in their play the final few weeks. EG is on the rise. They really dismantled Dig in that series. They look really good. EG is a team that I would want representing NA at Worlds. Now, here's the thing. I also want 100 Thieves representing NA at Worlds. And I think that they would make a lower bracket run fairly easily. But in this matchup, yeah, I've got EG with the 3-2. I think Impact has just been insane. Jizuke looks really good. Contracts as a 6th man coming in, popping off, just looking absolutely fantastic in the Dignitas series. So, we'll have to see if it's Contracts or Svenskeren in for jungle, but that's what I've got.
I was going to ask really quick, who played the Academy series for EG? Was it Contracts or was it Svenskeren?
It was Tomio, actually. So.
Oh, Tomio.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Contracts is full-time on the LCS roster now. And Tomio is playing for EG Amateur, I believe, unless I'm like completely mistaken there. No, it is Tomio. Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Huh.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yep. All right. Final matchup. TSM, Team Liquid. I'm gonna kick this off. Team Liquid is now my new favorite in this series after the way they played versus Cloud9. If you can find your opponent's mistakes and know how to beat them, TSM has plenty of them for you to manipulate and take opportunity of. I'm calling a Team Liquid 3-1 here, baby.
Damn.
Some confidence right there.
I am high. I am buying high. Hopefully not selling low on Team Liquid stocks right now.
I just want to like call out the fact that I said Team Liquid could potentially carry the torch of LCS earlier.
Yes.
And acknowledge that I'm about to go against that in the fact that I firmly believe they will lose to TSM. Firmly.
Okay. So how firmly? How firmly do you believe that, Curly? What's the game count here?
What's the game count?
Yeah,
I've never predict 3-0s. There's never a skill gap big enough for me to think that there's a 3-0. Like even Golden Guardians against C9, I don't think it was going to be 3-0. So I think
EG versus like an EG versus Counter Logic Gaming best of 5.
Well, that's not here. That'd be a 3-0, obviously. But it's TSM is going to beat Team Liquid. I think it's a 3-1, but like TSM was, even though 100 Thieves was TSM was the legitimate first at the end of the split, right?
Yeah, they were.
And they're going to maintain that all the way until they make it to finals and face off against 100 Thieves or Evil Geniuses. You know, it's just how it's going to be.
All right.
So, not to side against you, but I'm going to have to go with Sandy once again.
Let's go, baby. This is my birthday gift. Let's go.
So, I'm not as confident as Sandy is over here, though.
Okay.
I predicted a Team Liquid 3-2. I think TSM is still a very, very good team. I think the way that they play is very, not like towards their opponent's level, but they tend to sacrifice a lot of the early game stuff to kind of make sure they prioritize their power spikes as well as just what they want to play around. So if it means them sacrificing objectives around the map, so that way it's like, okay, well, we're strong in 2 minutes, we'll let this Drake go, and then we'll prioritize the next one, and we'll go Rift Herald, or we'll go Towers, or whatever it may be. Like, that's what TSM does. And so I think TSM's probably going to have a good read on how to handle Team Liquid, but this newfound aggression from Team Liquid, though, is going to be too much for them to overcome. So I think it'll be a back-and-forth series, and I think Team Liquid's going to be the one to edge it out.
All right. Well, there you have it. I think we just spent more time talking about these playoffs than we were planning on. But
absolutely,
there's a lot. There's a lot happening. 4 matchups. Starts Thursday night, 6 o'clock. Friday night, 6. Saturday, 5. And Sunday, 4 o'clock. That's all Eastern time for you. All right. Let's move on to the actually important matchups this weekend.
What really matters
in
North American
League. Baby!
North America Academy League playoffs. Semifinals. 2 huge matchups, 4 juggernauts going up against each other. Interestingly enough, 3 of the teams are in the LCS Championship, and one of them is not. And that one that is not is us. FlyQuest Academy going up against Cloud9 Academy. Cloud9 Academy with the reverse sweep of EG Academy last week. Went down 2-0 and then brought it back 3-2. And then 100 Thieves Academy defeated Immortals Academy 3-1. Everyone, I think, saw that coming. And so 100A plays TLA on Friday night. And then Thursday night, we play... FlyQuest Academy plays Cloud9 Academy. Now, first of all, I have a bone to pick with LCS and Academy. This scheduling is awful. Why do these series start at 10 o'clock at night on a weeknight? It is ridiculous. People have to go to bed. I am not staying up till 3 a.m. if this is a best of 5 that goes all 5 games. You could not pay me to stay up that late anymore. I am 26 years old. I am a boomer in esports. I cannot do this anymore. Please stop scheduling these series so late. I know it's right after playoffs and it's supposed to give it more visibility, but that is ridiculous timing. Surely you could come up with something better. Nox War. Let's talk Academy playoffs. FlyQuest versus Cloud9. Let's get into it, man.
Let's do it. I'm hyped. I'm hyped. I'm ready. Let's go.
We'll save actual predictions for the end. What should we be looking for? Let's start with what can we expect from like Cloud9 Academy in this series? What should we be looking for from them? What can we combat?
This Cloud9 team is very, very smart at being able to adapt over a series. They've shown this throughout the regular split, even though it was only best of 2s. Because a lot of the times whenever they split series, it was usually the loss on the first game, and then they end up winning the second one. So that they're great at adapting. So it's going to really come down to Fantix and Loyota to be on top of their game to make sure the strategies are getting switched up from game to game. At least for our series against Cloud9 specifically, it's going to come down to a lot of early game aggression. We need to prioritize making sure that Cloud9 feels pressured from the very get-go. They cannot get chances to get their setups ready, and they're going to need to make sure, basically, they're just contested on everything, and they're not going to get what they want without easy access. So look for us to just really, really push it from the get-go. Pedal to the metal, don't let up. That's literally what's going to come down to, because the moment Cloud9 starts finding a way in, and it showed in the EG match, they're not going to let go, and they're going to start climbing back, because they'll reverse sweep you if they need to.
Yeah. Curly, any additional thoughts that you want to throw on there?
It does make me nervous, but at the same time, the fact that they willingly picked C9,
yeah,
tells me that maybe they're super confident in their ability.
Well, and I think they should be, right? I mean, #1 Academy team.
So I was going to say, you guys want to theory craft this really quick? Because
let's do it.
Literally last week, I think all three of us unanimously were like, yeah, we don't want Cloud9, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is what we agreed on. So what is it that you guys think was the reason for us picking Cloud9? Because I have my thoughts, but I'm still trying to kind of sort through them and shift through them.
I mean, my meme answer is, tougher matchup in semis, and then we win that. We get an easy finals matchup, but...
Facts.
I mean, so there's two things it tells me. It means either in the scrims, the prep, whatever has been going on while we've had some time to wait, and Loyota's analysis of last week's games.
And Fantix.
And Fantix, like, their analysis, they either are like, yes, this current Academy roster of, like, the one that won the summer split is more than capable of taking on C9 Academy. Like, we need to prove we are the best. Alternatively, and I'm not sure about this, there's potentially a roster change involved here that injects a little bit of power into our roster. I'm not sure about that, but that's the only other reason I could think for us to pick C9. Either we are definitely that good and confident to come out on top, or there's a roster change.
Expand on that a little bit more by roster change.
So, yeah, when I say roster change, whatever roster, because without leaking too much, when I was having a conversation with a particular person for certain resources for this hype video we're making.
I see you. I see you, Curly.
We did not know this. We did not know this.
And he told me that he is not sure. Sorry, they are not. They told me that they're not sure what the roster is going to be yet. And that was last week when I came to them asking for particular resources. So there's a non-zero chance there might be a player swap or something, but I don't know. I don't know. Oh.
Interesting. Very interesting because, as you all know, as avid FlyQuest fans, Tomo and Diamond finished out the season on the LCS roster. And Johnson and Dreams finished things out on Academy. And so the theoretical lineup which was the final lineup we played with in Academy, was Philip, NXI, Triple, Johnson, Dreams, and that is what we have been assuming we would see going into Academy playoffs. But is there a world where we bring Tomo and Diamond back down to Academy, because that's where they were? They've got the synergy, and leave Philip up in the top lane. Man, there's some questions to be raised, and I guess we won't find out for another 3 days who is playing. But Nox, I mean, you look pensive here. I mean,
Yeah, pensive is a good word.
Pensive, concerned, flabbergasted. I mean, give me your thoughts here. I mean, this is a big tournament. You want your players to get experience, but I mean, going back to my interview with Loyoda, he said the goal is to win, right? Like, the goal here for Academy playoffs and for Proving Grounds is to be number one. We've clearly demonstrated that intention. So, I mean, where do you go with the roster then?
So I don't see a world where they bring Jose Dioto down. He's too good for Academy. He doesn't need to be in Academy. You want to have Academy be dedicated towards players that are actually trying to get better and earn their spot into LCS, right? So Jose is just too good to be bringing down. It's gonna be a bad look for FlyQuest. It's not needed for Jose, and you need NXI to get the practicing experience. So I don't see a world where that's happening. Palafox coming in for Triple is probably a take that could be debated on. I don't think it's going to happen, though. I think Triple is still under Palafox in terms of strength, in terms of gameplay. So I think, once again, Triple's probably going to stay, and that leaves the bot lane, really, because you're not going to bring Kumo down over Philip after hiring Philip on. Philip's obviously going to stick around. So is it going to be Johnson and Dreams, or is it going to be Tomo and Diamond? And I just don't know on that one. And I went over this last week. I think it'd be a real dick move to take Johnson out now after he hadn't played for the past 4 or 5 weeks, right? So personally, I'm expecting Johnson to, and I'm frozen on stream. That's awkward. I'm expecting Johnson to stay in because it'd be kind of a dick move to take him out right now, and I think he's earned his spot to continue playing. Otherwise, you're just really screwing him over. And then for synergistic sake, I'm expecting Dreams to stay with him, right? So from that aspect, that's the roster I'm predicting. I'm sticking by that. That's what I expect to see. By all means, if you guys have other ideas, let me know. Call me on it. But yeah, that's in terms of roster, that's what my expectations are.
Yeah. I mean, I think the roster I expect to see right now is the one that we ended Academy with, which was Philip. Like I said, Philip, NXI, Triple, Johnson, and Dreams.
And I agree with that one. I think there is the potential, if I'm being honest, as much as it might not be the most good guy of FlyQuest, the only potential switch I could actually see happening is putting Tomo in instead of Johnson. I think we could even leave Dreams in. And that's really the only thing I see changing potentially.
Yeah.
But that was just what I heard.
Yeah. All right. So playstyle, let's talk about that. What do we want to see from this Academy team? We've kind of shuffled the roster up a few times in the last few weeks, right? So, what Noxwar, give me your thoughts on what kind of playstyle you want to see us going with, who you want to see us facilitating. For my part, I'd like to see Triple take the lead. Do you have any particular thoughts in that realm?
Yeah, I think really this is going to be a mid-jungle series for sure. I think Triple and NXI are going to need to take over Copy and Surenfire. If that doesn't happen, the series is down the drain. Because for the most part, I think King and Isles are both really, really good. So that bot lane is going to be pretty even with Johnson and Dreams, I feel. I'm a little nervous for Darshan versus Philip because Darshan is obviously a very much huge veteran in the league scene. And then Philip is brand spanking new, right? So I'm expecting a lot of coverage top side to make sure that Philip can hold his own. And then we're going to kind of like leave bot lane isolated for the most part. So, but yeah, I think this is really going to just come down to Triple and NXI are going to need to show that they are better than Copy and Surenfire, which is, I think, more than doable because Copy, at least in the very beginning of that EG series where Cloud9 was playing against them, they didn't look that great. He didn't look that great. He looked kind of rough. And then Surenfire was just okay. I didn't really see anything special out of him. So, yeah, it's going to be a mid-jungle series. Simple as that.
Yeah, I'm in agreement. Curly, your thoughts on how you want to see us play out these matchups?
I definitely think NXI, as I've been reviewing like some videos recently, for no particular reason,
for purposes.
NXI towards the end of the split, was actually, I think he was really good. He was really showing a lot of presence on the map and very active in team fights. So I certainly think that he's going to be able to show up, and I think I'm going to want to see him just maintain a good control of the map because I think that's the playstyle that Academy really flows well with. I mean, the 1-3-0 weekend they had, NXI and Triple were pretty much dominating the map and the enemy team, so I agree. Jungle mid, that's what we got to do. But also, as a top laner, I really want to see Philip just surprise everyone with, hey, I've only been playing Academy for 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's actually something I want to bring up is, Philip, should he be a concern as a potential weak link for the team right now?
No. I don't think he should be concerned as a potential weak link. I think, if anything, it's definitely going to be... It's his first best of 5. So it's definitely something that they're probably accounting for. And you can't dismiss that. It's being his first best of 5. There's potential for mistakes. But given how he only had trouble in his first series, and then afterwards he's been able to be a solid player, especially with development assistance from Loyota and the other team members and Fantix, I believe he will be present for this best of 5, and I do not think we need to be concerned.
Yeah. Knox, how about you on that topic? Philip, potential weak link, or should he be expected to be? I mean, he's going up against Darshan. This guy's been playing League for almost half as long as Philip has been alive. So,
oh my god.
I mean, if you really think about it.
No, you're not wrong. That's just a crazy fact.
I mean, look, Darshan has been. You first see his. The first team he played on was in 2012. And then
what was it, Meat Playground or something like that, or Team Dynamics?
Monomaniac Esports.
Monomaniac Esports, and then Philip. Philip was 10 when Darshan first started playing competitively. So it's not like that makes it a gap or anything, right? It's just like Darshan has a lot of experience, let's just say. So
let me put it to you this way. Anyway, as I was saying, editing aside, you're looking at the mid jungle from Cloud9's perspective, right? In which case, you go, okay, it's probably fightable, but it's not like what we want to target, right? And you look in the bot lane, you see that FlyQuest have Johnson and Dreams, and that's another lane where it's I mean, don't get me wrong, we could possibly beat it if we put the resources down there, but it's not guaranteed. And then for Cloud9, you look topside, and you have your top laner, who's been in the league since Season 2, if not earlier than that, versus a guy who started playing competitively probably late 2019, sometime 2020, right? He's fresh, he's brand new. So Cloud9 and their staff are obviously going to go, well, I mean, there's a bit of an experience gap right there. As good as Philip may be, for them and their perspective, they're going to go, let's target that guy. So I personally don't think that Philip is the weak link per se, but I do think he's going to be targeted by Cloud9.
Okay, I think that's fair. That was a great point, Knox. That definitely...
that I definitely did not make 3 times over the
that you definitely did not have to make 3 times over the past 10 minutes. Curly, if you are back with us, anything to say regarding that point for Philip?
I can agree with that. That C9 will likely target him. I mean, fresh meat in professional play, it's just bound to happen, you know?
Looks like fresh top laners back on the menu, boys.
All he's got to do is play like Tom Kench, and you can just like make sushi jokes. Like,
yeah, exactly. All right.
Honestly, actually, I would not mind seeing him on Tom Kench.
No, I think
Top Kench would be spicy.
That'd be a very safe pick for him, actually. I think I'd love to see him pull that out. All right, let's start talking predictions for the series. I think that's a good place to go here.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to dip out and be back in shortly.
Okay. Curly leaving the chat, the call.
Again.
Again. But this time we don't lose his video, so I think we're good. All right, so Knox, let's talk how we expect this to go. I think you and I would both agree, and I'm sure Curly does too, that this should be a FlyQuest Academy win. I think the question is by how much. I'm not willing to say that this is going to be an easy series or an easy stomp. I think this will be a more difficult series for us to win, but I think it is very winnable. How about, I mean, where are you standing in terms of like 3-0, 1-2, how are you feeling there?
So I said last week that this team, and again, this is kind of why we were confused a little bit earlier, in my opinion, and I think a majority of our opinions on this cast, along with a lot of the fans, we think this is probably the hardest matchup, which is why we are confused that we picked this team, right? However, clearly, FlyQuest sees something that we do not, so I'm going to have faith in them. In which case, I'm going to say it's going to be a 3-1, and we're going to lose the first game, and then we're going to win the next 3. I think that's how it's going to go.
That seems like a very FlyQuest Academy thing to do.
I mean, we typically drop the very first game, if not the first 2. That has been a actual, like, go look at the Giant Slayer, or not Giant Slayer, Northern Arena tournament back in spring. We literally reverse swept our whole way to finals. So it's not out of the question for us to drop the first game and then win the next 3. So I'm going to say it's a 3-1. We lose the first game. We adapt, and we hit the pedal hard, and we don't let Cloud9 breathe until we close out game 4.
No, I think that's a very realistic possibility for us. Curly, if you are back in the call, I think you are.
I am indeed.
Lovely. Sounding as beautiful as always. Yeah, I mean, how are you feeling in terms of a series score here?
In terms of the series score, I think it's probably going to be 3-1 in FlyQuest, obviously. We're still going to win this, even though it's going to be a challenge. I wouldn't be surprised to see a 3-2. So if that does happen, that's pretty spicy. But I think it's going to be 3-1. We'll come out on top.
It would indeed be a spicy matchup there. I'm actually going to go with the 3-2. But, Academy is weird, man. It can go all over the place. But I am predicting the FlyQuest 3-2 here. Ricebox had a really good point earlier in the show, in the chat, where they said that Cloud9 Academy struggled against EG Academy, and EG Academy didn't even have their best, jungler in. They didn't even have contracts in. They had Tomio in. So there's a real possibility that we are overestimating Cloud9 Academy here, and their relative strength. Now, I don't want to jinx it and be like, oh yeah, Cloud9 Academy's weak, and then they come out and, pound us. But, clearly they are a very defeatable team. And I think I think we should expect FlyQuest victory here.
Cool. Perfect. I
Perfect.
like it.
We love
Yeah.
it. All right. The other Academy matchup, we can hit that turbo fast. It's the TLA versus 100A. Just to remind you folks who is on these respective teams. It's well, I'm not sure if it's going to be Jenkins or Dokla. And we're also not sure if it's going to be Armeo or Inori for TL Academy.
I anticipate it will be
Inori.
I'm expecting it. I'm expecting a Nori.
Yeah, I'm expecting Inori. Dokla and Inori is what I'm expecting.
really.
Maybe Jenkins. I'm not sure.
See, I was expecting Jenkins and a Nori.
Okay.
I'm
That's just
thinking.
me, though.
I'm thinking Jenkins, Armeo. If you want me to be honest.
Okay, that's fair.
All three of us are going different options.
Yeah, no. I'm definitely thinking it's going to be Jenkins Armeo because like now that Armeo's got that LCS experience, dude, he's good.
I think it's going to be, in my opinion, it's going to be Vizichachi and Cadril. They're just going to sign in for the series, and that's who
so
we're going to see.
Cadril can finally make playoffs somewhere.
He finally can make playoffs somewhere. That poor man.
He actually posted a picture on his Twitter today in front of a store called Playoff. Funny. It said, "I made it."
Rice is saying likely Jenkins Armeo. They played in the last week of Academy regular season. Okay, that could be interesting. And then it's Harry, Yon. Am I saying that right? Yon. And Ayla for mid-bot support. And then 100 Academy. You saw them play against EG this past week. Tenacity,
They didn't look bad. They looked pretty good.
Tenacity, Kenvi, Ryoma, Luger, Poom. Luger looks so good. I think that guy is LCS ready. Some team needs to snap him up.
I thought it was
maybe,
Puma, not Poom.
Maybe it could be FlyQuest.
Who are we snatching up?
I would not mind seeing us pick up Luger for next year.
He's going to be a hot commodity going into 20.
I mean, imagine a team that's like Kumo, Jose, Palafox, Luger, Diamond. Oh, man. Now that's spicy.
That's spicy, but I love Tomo too much. I don't want him to go.
I know, it's fair. All right. Let's just hit this super fast. I have 100 Thieves Academy winning this one, actually.
Yeah.
Nox, Curly agrees with me. Are you going to dissent or ascent?
I am ascending. I'm heading straight for the clouds, baby. 100 Academy all the way.
100 Academy to the moon.
I do think this will actually, honestly, both of these semifinals are really, really exciting. It sucks that they're happening at like 9 p.m. my time, 10 p.m. y'all's time.
Disgusting.
Disgusting
scheduling.
Yeah.
I will not stay up.
Scheduling nightmare.
I will not stay up to watch either of these series. I'm just saying it now. Like, I love FlyQuest, but I cannot do that.
Yeah, I'll probably have the VOD playing at work the next day, and I just will try not to spoil myself, honestly.
I'm going to be working anyway, so I was going to miss it, so...
Yeah, it actually works out for you.
Yeah.
Quick series score predictions then on this one.
You know me, 3-1's a safe bet.
3-1 is a safe bet. Nox?
I'm also going to go the safe bet on this one. 100 Academy, 3-1 over TLA.
Ricebox predicting, going back to the FlyQuest series, saying that they're going to be 15-minute games each with the FlyQuest 3.0.
Yeah, they'll just FF at 15. That'll be how that rolls. I'll be in bed by midnight easily. But then the analyst desk will take like 30 minutes each, so it's, the broadcast itself is just going to take forever. All right. Is there anything else that we wanted to hit on this show, or are we wrapping up, do you think?
I think that's about all we really have, right? We're just because we don't have really a lot of FlyQuest content to talk about. We're not going to get into super deep detail about the other LCS Academy games or anything. So I think we'll have a lot more to talk about next week, right?
Yep.
After we actually see the boys play.
Proving Ground Summer is going to be huge. It's a huge bracket, so that's going to be.
It's a massive thing for us to discuss.
Because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in the winners bracket, and 1, 2, 3, 4 in the losers bracket in terms of matches. So that is 16 winners And I don't. Does the losers bracket come after round 1, or like is there a lower bracket?
It's almost the exact same. It's actually, I think, the exact same bracket as the Unified Grand Prix Proving Grounds qualifier that's happening right now, where it's 16 teams start an upper bracket. Losers of round 1 drop to losers bracket round 1, and then it proceeds from there. So if you look at that bracket, it should be the exact same bracket setup.
So many matches.
So many matches. Absolutely incredible. Lots of League of Legends for everyone to consume.
One thing I do also want to say is one of the reasons that I'm predicting 100 Thieves Academy to win is in hopes that one day Cole and Jordan actually go in depth on the team.
And also definitely not because we want 100 Academy versus FlyQuest Academy in the finals or anything. Definitely not biased.
Spicy.
100 Talk Pod. This is an irresponsible meme. Oh, well, you know. We've done so much Academy content. Not according to Kelsey Moser.
Not according to Kelsey Moser. And her word is the law.
Yeah, her word rings true, I believe, in these parts. We interviewed Kelsey twice. Hey, don't worry. If you just missed it, Cole, we just predicted 100 Thieves Academy to defeat TL Academy fairly handedly. So there's that. You know, we're on your side for the Academy. Don't ask us about our predictions for the LCS playoffs, because they might have been slightly different.
Mention it. He wasn't gonna listen through the vibe.
Cole, I just want you to know that I believe in you guys.
Yeah.
Antonio Bender.
This is the part of the show where things deconstruct rapidly. All right, let's wrap things up.
Let's wrap it up.
Thank you guys so much for watching Flight Check Season 1, Episode 21. We apologize for the various technical difficulties that we had.
Our NA production.
Our NA production. Thank you for sticking with us through it all. As I said earlier, you can follow the show on Twitter at Flight Check Crew. I am tweeting various sad memes about ex-FlyQuest players doing well in playoffs without us. Hence Santorin's Baron Steel. That's my 2020 Worlds jungler. Ignar flashing the 2020 FlyQuest Worlds emote. Sad times, but happy to see those guys succeeding on their respective teams. You can follow myself at SantosDB on Twitter. You can follow Noxwar at NoxWarr. And you can follow Curly at Curly_QQ_. Be sure to hop into our Discord, where Noxwar might be running a little tournament of his own very soon. You know, might be a little bit of a spicy moment going on for any Teamfight Tactics players. So be sure to hop into our Discord and look for that announcement when it comes out. Curly is working on an exciting video about the Academy team. Not to leak too much, but we got to see a little bit of a preview earlier tonight, and hoo boy, y'all are going to be so hyped for our Academy team that you might just start rooting for them in every phase of LCS life. You might just want them to just take over LCS, as they should, because our Academy team is the best Academy team. We do the show every Monday night, twitch.tv/FlightCheckCrew, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can find the show on all your favorite audio podcasting platforms: Spotify, Google Podcasts, Anchor, Breaker. I think Breaker is one of them. There's a whole bunch of them. And that's about it. That's all I've got. Thank you for watching. Curly, Nox, any quick shout-outs or plugs, if you have any?
Shout out to Nate ID, active member of the 100 Talk Discord, and my duo partner for today.
Ooh.
That helps me go. I want to say we went 3-1 potentially.
Oh,
or 2-1.
love to see that.
So that was good for my streams today. He's a real solid dude. Absolutely. Shout out to Cole specifically for giving me the best banter on Twitter when I subtweet him by directly tweeting him with questions that are low-key memey. And shout out to Noxwar for getting me a voiceover by the end of tonight.
Ooh.
See, we're reading into the future, are we?
Yeah. That's one prediction that we hope comes true.
I'll make it happen. It's gonna happen.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Knox, any shout-outs, plugs, anything like that?
Shout out to our boy Sandy here, who his birthday today once more. So everyone give a little round of applause, even though we can't hear you or see you. Yay, Sandy!
Yay!
Give him some love on Twitter, Discord, yada yada. Have him enjoy his birthday.
It's
Outside of that, though,
I got to talk about League of Legends, so you know.
Perfect. That's what we like to hear. Outside of that, shout out to Curly's Internet for somehow managing to survive through the rest of the stream, even though we didn't have him on video. And then, honestly, just my big plug is come watch the Academy team play on. Let me make sure I got this right.
Twitch
Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday night, 10 o'clock Eastern time. Please. Oh boy, I wish it was earlier.
Yeah, if y'all are no lifers, by all means, please come watch the team play that late at night. Outside of that, that's about all I got. And go watch 100 Talk Pod here in about 45 minutes.
Yep. That was going to be my plug. Go watch 100 Talk Pod when you can.
My B.
No, it's all good. Go watch them. Go support other fan podcast content out there. And that's about it from us. We hope you guys are staying safe out there. And we hope you guys enjoy your week chock full of North American League of Legends content for all of us here at Flight Check Productions. I'm Sandy Toes, and we'll see you real soon. Adios, everybody.
Come on, guys.
Peace, y'all.